Welcome to the new episode, new show called Off the Clock. Thank you for joining into my YouTube channel. I got my boy Zubaz next to me and the one and only Da Boy on the other side. How's it going, fellas?
We're doing great.
Hello. Also doing great tonight.
Great. So what we're gonna do here, what we're doing here on my YouTube channel, this is a new show I'm gonna start coming out maybe once every 2 weeks. I don't know how our scheduling is gonna be, but basically what I would like to do on this is talk about DCL in a kind of a time crunched form, I suppose. The name of the show is called Off the Clock. This is really meant for you to be watching it. Hey, when you're off the clock at work, maybe a quick break time, come in, catch a 15-minute episode. We are also going to be on timers discussing some topics that we have over there on the side. And then each week we'll be keep reviewing new topics. You guys want to say anything about what we have coming at them?
I'm excited. I mean, this is like, if you take a long shower, this is like the perfect length for you, and we would love to shower with you. This would be great.
Yeah. I think that'd be great. Also, I'm just going to say this right now. Y'all better give me my time to talk, or we're going to have some problems tonight. All right? That's all I got to say.
There is a timer.
Off the clock already.
Yeah.
Off the clock already.
But you will see when we get to each topic, we'll give about 3 minutes per topic. We'll each try to talk for about a minute if we can. And then we'll move on to the next topic. That's how the show's going to go. Yeah, let's just roll with it. Let's get started. Let's start with our first topic here. We got Cheshire Trigon. Who is worse? We're really talking about when you're fighting against them, not really playing with them. But you know what? I'm gonna let the boy kind of take this away.
Oh, you're gonna let me go first here.
Yeah.
You're gonna let me go first here.
Let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm just gonna get it started with a bang. Both of these tunes, the worst tunes in the game. The worst tunes that ever released. Whoever signed off on these tunes being released, fired, out of a job. Never should be in charge of anything ever again. The quality assurance is horrible. The kit design is terrible gameplay experience. Cheshire's out here killing greens before they can even get a shot as a affinity disadvantage. How is that good for the game? You play a rock paper scissors game and you're like, oh, but just kidding. Scissors is gonna beat rock and paper, and also other scissors. That's just dumb. It's bad. It's bad for the game. I think you've seen a lot of different declining in player base and people playing the game less competitively, less enthusiastically since these two tunes came out. One of them was enough, and they said, you know what? Just kidding. Let's add a second one that works perfectly with the first one. Stupid, horrible game design, horrible to play against. I absolutely hate it. Yes, I'm raging. Yes, I have been raging for the last month. You know what? I got back into the game this last month and I was like, you know what? This is going to be awesome. And then I played 3 matches in a row against Cheshire, lost all 3 of them. I put the game back down and I said, that. Sorry.
You're off the
boy.
You're off the clock.
The boy. The question, though, is which one's worse to fight against?
They're both worse.
They're both
the
equal.
worst. They're just
they
both
a
suck.
minute 40 there, Du Bois.
Yeah,
minute 45.
He's been saving that up.
Yeah, I'll let him have most of my time on that one. I actually listen. My nice things that I'll say about Cheshire and Trigon. They saved a debuff. Disease was horrible. Disease didn't work for anybody, and so they brought it back in a big way. And I think that is a silver lining out of those 2 characters. I do think. I think they're overpowered. I think Trigon is the more overpowered of the 2, to answer the actual question that is before us. I think Trigon can kind of self-sustain. I think Cheshire has more answers out there. So I'll cede the rest here. I think we've only got about 30 more seconds on this.
I agree. I think that Trigon is the worst of the 2. Cheshire, there are many ways to deal with him. Parasite now. Parasite, I find, is a really great way to deal with Cheshire.
If he's not bugged.
I mean, he's working fine right now, and he is
Absolutely.
extremely efficient. You got your cyborg Supermans, you can't misses, but man, it just all pales into comparison with, luckily, Trigon's bugged right now, but when he's not, when he's stripping buffs away, just constantly weakening your team, and then putting disease on that just passively stacks over, and it's a nightmare to go against, and like, I don't know, and that's the bell. That's the bell right
That's
there.
the bell.
That
Off
sure
the
it is.
clock.
We're off the clock. Moving on to the next topic, and this is one that I hold near and dear. It's time. Tournament of Legends is coming up here in May. People are already signing up. I think we have about 20 people coming in already, ready to go. A lot of returners, hoping for us a little more new blood in there. But again, what do we expect from TOL9? I'll start this one off. What do I expect from TOL9? I expect a lot of action. I think there was a lot of kind of controversy in last TOL8, and I think a lot of that has been cleaned up and settled from last TOL8, and we're hoping that this TOL9 is just gonna be pure competition. People always say that it's the tournament of luck, and I highly disagree with that, because if that was the case, it would be a different winner every single time and not the same kind of groups of people making their way into the finals, semifinals, and all that. So you're seeing a general skill, the cream rising to the top in this tournament. So if you want to come in, show what you can do with, I think, a pretty balanced set of rules that we have so far. I think this is going to be the most balanced tournament of Legends we've ever had, and so I expect to see just great action. God, we had so many insane matches last time that came down to the wire. We're gonna have more of those. We're gonna have great team comps. 4 months of new tunes being shoved into this new 2L that we're gonna see all the comps for that, and I think it's gonna be really exciting. I'm gonna yield the rest of my time away.
Yeah. Pardon my interruption here. So I'll get a little technical here. I'll actually say some stuff about some of the how it's going to play. I think Parasite is going to be a major problem. So Parasite is a prohibited tune, and that means that our players can't use them, but they're still going to see him on defense. And I think that is going to be a major issue. Obviously, like we just talked about, Cheshire Trigon going to be a major issue. So we have opened it up a little bit more. I think we're allowing more. We've fewer prohibitions than we've ever had, basically. But I still think that some of these new meta tunes are going to create a lot of problems for a lot of players. I think Parasite, Trigon, Cheshire, and even still a Spectre here and there are still going to mess you up a little bit. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. What do you have to say about it, DuBois?
Well, I think that it's going to be absolutely ridiculous again with Cheshire Trigon out there, and then you throw Parasite into that. Like, how are you going? Like, how are people going to build teams to go into a board and have an answer for Cheshire Trigon and for Parasite, right? How are you going to make sure you have a crafted roster where you can handle
we're good.
crafted roster for both of those comps, right? Because there's different counters for Trigon Cheshire than there are for Parasite, right? So I think it's gonna be interesting to see that. I think I will probably rage at least 3 times in one of my runs. I also think that it's going to be the most exciting because there's 4 more months worth of tunes and reworks, and we've unbanned and unprohibited so many, and that's the bell. But I'm going to keep going for a second. I think it's going to be
unbelievable.
I think it's going to be the most exciting because there's going to be the most volatility, if that's the right word, in the matches across the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead.
I agree. Like, I think we're gonna see some really tough matches. You're still gonna see some of the meta out there, the Atrocituses.
Yep.
But there's gonna be those comps. I think we're gonna see some more Parasites. Who knows? And who knows what Starro's gonna do? I mean, he'll be available.
Yeah, he'll be available. You'll run into him.
Yeah.
Who's leading us into the next one? I think I can lead us into the next one.
Take us away. What do you? Here's the next
For the
topic.
first time in years, DC Legends has added new loading screens. The new artwork for DC Legends, and the best one is not even from DC Legends. It's kind of weird, but the best new loading screen was probably from the Injustice 2 crossover.
Oh,
right?
I love that. I love the house art from Injustice, but go ahead.
I think it was really good, but it is kind of exciting to see that for all these years, people said, oh, it's too hard to add more backgrounds. They don't want to put time into adding more backgrounds. It's really not that hard. You just make a background for an event, you throw it on there as a loading screen, and boom, you make a new skin in the game like the Black Adam skin, boom, that's a loading screen, right? Like you have a crossover event with a dead game in Injustice 2, and boom, there's a loading screen. But I think it's great. I think it's nice that they're adding more into it. I don't see the same Hal Jordan and Star Sapphire, which is kind of a bummer, but I don't see that every time I load in somewhere now, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
you're right.
Yeah. I know. See, clip it, clip that, and just keep that.
I think I love the art, and I talked to Zubaz, and I could have sworn that Injustice art was DCL art made for DCL in the house style of Injustice, but it wasn't. It's purely from Injustice, which doesn't make sense in the storyline. But I love the art, and also I like the Starro art. That when they made that big splash screen, like I really like that. Really took it to another level. I think it looks so much better. Yeah, and then to even talk about it, we've been talking about it for like a year or two now, maybe not that long, but the character design has just been taken. Every time a new character comes, I'm like, dang, they killed it with this one. It looks so good. I mean, I've seen this, even Starro, like, I'm not big on like non-humanoid characters, but at least he does have like arms and legs and he kind of still fits it. So it's not too, but I love that. I just love
that's the problem.
I just love all the
He
details. He fits, but I love all the details. You want him just one leg?
One little star.
I love the art that's coming out in this game, and again, it's probably, in my opinion, one of the best parts of the game. I'm always very excited to see what the new art's going to be.
Yeah, I think they're killing it both on the art and the animations. I mean, the first time I saw Starro's animations, I laughed out loud. And it's rare that I'm playing like a mobile game like this and I actually just laugh out loud when he does the little trip when he falls over. But he looks great. They've got like all the parts of a starfish. Looks fantastic. But all the characters. One of the things that I really like that they're doing, they're really differentiating between the basic and the legendary. There's sometimes if a character has undergone like a historic transformation, like we saw with Atom Smasher, things like that, they're giving us both of their costumes. I think the artists in this game have absolutely been killing it. I think they're one of the things that are keeping the game afloat right now. Like everybody stays tuned month to month. The new silhouettes came out for the next month, and people are like, I can't wait to see how they've created these characters.
Yeah, it's just that was the bell.
Shout out Red Lantern Supergirl.
Oh yeah, just all the little designs like that are just amazing. I love it. Zubaz, take us into the next topic here.
Yeah, it says Black Flash. We could be calling him Dark Flash soon. I'm not sure with the new Flash movie coming out. But the topic that we're talking about here, Black Flash, dead or alive, is he still a good toon? And the thing that is just funny to me, Aquaman obviously was a major death knell. When Penguin came along, Penguin kind of does what Black Flash does, but a little bit better sometimes. So it just you just don't see him that much in PvP anymore. You don't really see him in Siege that much. And then we were laughing the other day. We were in our 1500 chat, and somebody posted a comp, and everybody just said to that person, just Black Flash that. It was a Martian Manhunter thing, and it was just like, yeah, just Black Flash. And the player, he just legitimately forgot that you could just use Black Flash, completely turn them down, sap their turn meter completely. I think Black Flash is still alive, but I think he has far fewer uses than he used to. Who knows? Maybe he gets a rework next month with a Flash movie, which would be.
Ooh, I would not be against that idea.
Fantastic, but yeah, I say still very much alive, just in the right circumstances.
The boy, what do you think?
I also agree with that he is very much alive. I think that outside of Cheshire Trigon, he's probably still one of the best toons. If he gets loose and you don't have a way to slow him down, you lose. If you let him go first and he resets you and you don't have some kind of something to go against it, which I mean at this point if you don't, then you're just an idiot. But if you don't have something and he gets loose, you're gonna lose that match no matter what. It doesn't matter. If you don't have something to slow him down or to stun him or to give yourself meter back or whatever, you lose. You just lose. And to Zubaz's point, that is true. There's a lot of people that have just not used Black Flash so much because of Aquaman or because Cheshire Trigon or because of any of these retaliating toons, right? Like Azrael or whatever. And people just forget, if there's not one of those toons, just put Black Flash in there and you win the game. It's easy.
I think you still have, if you see a Black Flash in the team, you still have to plan for it, prep for it, be ready for it. Because again, if you slip up and again let him loose, you're going to be punished. If some of your guys start dropping, and let's say your main counter or whatever you had, your main go-getter dies, and there's a Black Flash on the side, yeah, you're punished. He's going to hold you down and keep your turn meter done, and you're not going to be able to recover. And I think even that's just when you're fighting him, but I think even when using him, if you know how to use him properly and you plan for the match, Black Flash can dominate every single match you bring him into, obviously in the right situations. There's plenty of tunes that he's not going to, like Cheshire Trigon. That disease meta right now doesn't really favor Black Flash, doesn't really favor them never getting turns and you constantly getting turns or him speeding up. You're going to get diseased out. But again, when you can bring Black Flash in those situations, Black Flash is still a boom, you can win the match. And this was a big thing. I know the bell's going to ring, but it is a big thing. We talked about it for the last TOL. We had him open last TOL. And again, we talked about it in this TOL and we said, let him go. And I was excited to see some of the combinations that we had with him. And I still think he proved to be an amazing tune. He's going to go out there. He's going to win you matches. You play him right. And there aren't many tunes that are like that. Like you can build around a tune. You don't really necessarily need to build around Black Flash. He will just do what he does, and as long as you put him in the right situation, you're going to win the match.
Win.
Yeah.
Okay, but counterpoint, he wasn't a TOL. He was not on anybody's finals rosters. Nobody saved him because they were like, I got to have him at the end.
Well, I think it was the Cheshire Trigon was just so insane. It was a liability to bring him. So again, that was one of the reasons why he's also allowed, because, hey, bring him, but you're running a risk.
At your own risk.
Yeah. And just like that,
that's the final bell.
We're off the clock.
We're off the clock.
And this is what you can expect from this show. Again, quick topics. We will be changing up the topics. And if you have a topic that you want to hear, send it in to us. We'll talk it out. We'll break it down, give it to you in a nice, quick 3-minute round, and let you know everything you need to know. And I think
especially if you want to hear some good takes from Zubaz, send those in.
Yeah, and if you want a topic that'll make the boy rage again, just send it our way. We'll put it in here. But again, if you like this video and you want more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff they say. Comment too, because that makes it more engaging in the YouTube algorithm. And I would like to keep pumping these videos out all up there. I appreciate you guys. Zubaz the boy, thank you for being on. Until next time.
See you later.
We're off the clock.
Off the clock.